Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm excited to be with you guys today. If you are new to me, my name is Sade. I go by the Barefoot Therapist. I'm really, really excited to be able to engage with you guys this morning. We're going to do a live that talks a little bit about depression, and I have a really exciting announcement for you guys. So I'm super, super, super juiced to be here with you this morning. I will say, this was not initially planned, but because I ended up having some time, I wanted to be able to come through and talk through what depression looks like, especially seasonal depression, because we are still technically in the winter. I know it's January, but we are technically in the winter, and seasonal depression is very much a thing. And I know it's maybe not something that's talked about often enough, but it is certainly present enough with people. So I wanted to talk briefly about that and then share some very, very exciting news with you guys. So, for perspective, again, if you are new to me, I have been a therapist and been doing this work for about 15 years. And I've had my practice for 8 years. And it has been such a journey learning the skill of being a therapist. And that in and of itself is a practice, a daily practice in me continuing to see clients. So for perspective, I still have a pretty full caseload. Um, and I work with couples, I work with LGBTQ folks, I work with Black folks, I work with folks that struggle with depression, anxiety. And one of my specialties that I actually love and is close to my heart is identity, self esteem, um, people finding themselves, like identity, especially people who are like moms and they've kind of gotten lost in being moms, or they, especially, and again, one of my other populations that I like working with are Black men that have had a journey. So it's just, I've gotten so much joy out of doing the work that I do, and I truly do enjoy it. So I'm excited to also like be able to explore this space here and bring it to social media. For those of you who also don't know, my YouTube series will be dropping next week, and they'll have a episode dropping every single week, and it is a 10 series. Excuse me, a 10 episode series, and it's based around girlfriends, but I'm going to do it through the therapeutic lens. So I'm super, super excited. This is something completely new because it's certainly not something I've done before. So I'm really, really excited to do this. We're going to get to it. I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to get to it. I'm going live on TikTok. Y'all forgive me. Actually forgot. I forgot. So please be patient with me. See, I had a different title now, and I feel like that one is better. I wish I would have done that one now that I think about it, because this one is actually better than the one I had before. I like Depression Unplugged. It definitely gives the vibe of like we're talking about something that is readily available and nuanced to everyone else, and it's something that's obviously discussed, but maybe something that's not discussed enough. So I definitely want to make sure that is talked about today. Again, y'all welcome in. I'm so excited to be here with y'all this morning. We're going to do a talk about depression and what it looks like, especially seasonal depression at this time. Again, because it is the winter and people typically struggle with seasonal depression, especially in this time. It's cold outside. It's even though you're going to have warm days because of the weather and the changes in the weather, and that it's actually darker early and there's not as much sun, and but because people are staying in the house, that also brings up or increases rather feelings of depressive symptoms. So then you also have the holidays, and this is not talked about enough, but I definitely want to talk about it more here. Is there is certainly a nuance around the holidays, because the general assumption is holidays are exciting for everyone, but that is not true. The holidays can be very triggering for a lot of folks, whether that's the death around them experiencing death around the holidays, not having their loved ones around the holidays, being around people who have their loved ones and they don't during the holidays. So the holidays although they are joyful, and again, I love the holidays, are a joyful time for a lot of people, there also presents some real challenges for folks during the holidays. And it puts people in this space of, it almost is like a guilty pleasure, where on one hand I'm like missing folks or have feelings and grief and all of this, and then on the other hand I want to feel the joy and I enjoy the holidays. So it can also be this internal conflict with what should be enjoyed based on just what the experience is, and then what you should be doing as a result of, like, hey, there are people who truly struggle during the holidays and they want the ability to be able to express themselves and not feel like I should be happy just because, or I should be happy because everybody else is happy during this time. That's a really hard place to be. Again, I would just say, be very mindful. If you are one of the people who possibly struggle due to and experience increased sadness during the holidays, that is not out of the ordinary. That something is not wrong with you. I definitely would check in with your physician or both. See a therapist, because people will overlook their feelings in this idea that maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just tripping. And sometimes it is just us, and sometimes we are just tripping. But more often than not, there is something going on, and you shouldn't overlook your needs or your feelings, and at least let somebody lay eyes on you. I very much am an advocate of, like, you can never go to the doctor, especially if you have a feeling, if you're not okay. What is the worst that can happen? And I often find that people wait far too late to do it versus being more proactive in doing it. So I'm not also going to say that you are wrong for showing up and trying to get checked. And the thing, again, I would encourage you to get a therapist. That doesn't mean you have to be seen every week. That doesn't mean that you have to uh, it doesn't mean that you have to have what you see socially as this organized approach to therapy. There are clients that now I see maybe once a quarter, because I've seen for so long. The client I've had the longest I've seen, and we just talked about this not too long ago, for 7 years, 7 years. And I am someone who is an advocate of, you get in, you get what you need, you get out. And my typical phrase is, I'm gonna get you in, we're gonna have a good time, not for a long time. The way my attention is set up, it's a no for me. So I try to make sure people come in, they get what they need, and we move them along. The goal with therapy for me is not that I am making you reliant on me. That is not my goal. My goal is for you to be reliant on yourself. You get the tools you need, you're practicing those tools, and you go forth in the world and you use them accordingly. That is the goal. I would also say that when you go to therapy, be intentional. There are times where people come in their mind, they are saying, I am ready, but their behavior is the alternative approach to that. So when you go, listen, your therapist cannot create miracles for you. They cannot do the work for you. They can be a vehicle. They can support you in facilitating your change that you have to enact yourself. So I will also say, be very mindful of how you show up. And when you show up, be honest. You know, the thing I find, interestingly enough, with people who experience depressive symptoms is one of the most important tools is honesty. And not even just being honest with other people, but more importantly, being honest with yourself. Oftentimes people are embarrassed, or, they don't want to talk about it, or they're ashamed, or they feel guilty. And that does not enable you to feel better. That does not contribute to your health. That does not make sure you're safe. So I would definitely encourage, if nothing else, to be honest with yourself. So when you approach therapy, you are able to be honest with the provider. The other part I would say to this is, if seasonal depression is simply that, like, there are times seasonal depression simply means during seasonal changes, you experience heightened depressive symptoms. That's really it. It's this idea that you are not consistently experiencing these symptoms throughout the year in this way, but you would experience them in transitional times or in various seasons, i.e. the winter. The winter is typically the hardest time for folks because it's cold, because people are inside, again, kind of things I said earlier. People really do struggle during the winter. And the other thing is, I find that people find it harder to socialize when everybody's just not outside. Like when it's not the summertime and you have to be more intentional about connection and socializing, people really struggle with that. So when they struggle with that, it comes across again in isolation. Okay, now I'm not connecting with people because now I have to be more intentional, or I'm not accidentally scheduling or finding something to do because I have to be more intentional. So I would say even during the winter, just in general, to be more intentional about scheduling self-care, about connecting with others, about scheduling to connect with others, because of course it's not the summer, it's not just going to happen. And in general, I think that that should be the approach to self-care. Self-care shouldn't be optional. Self-care shouldn't be an accident. You should intentionally do so. And as I'm going, you guys, I just want to make sure I'm giving some information. If you have questions, please drop them in the comments. I appreciate you guys being here with me today. And I'm so excited that y'all are here with me. I have an incredible announcement today that I'm going to make here in my live. And then I'm going to make content for later to post. But you guys are some of the first that I am announcing this to. So I'm super, super excited. And then for those of you who are just coming in, we are talking about seasonal depression and some tips and things you can do if you experience increased depressive symptoms during this time. One, again, like I said a little bit earlier, it is not out of the ordinary. It's cold outside. People are struggling. You name it. Okay. We're not even going to mention like the social and political climate, the economic climate. That's in addition to. And then, not for nothing, people just are increasingly stressed. People are increasingly stressed. And I've noticed too, with a lot of my clients, it's been 2025 was a hell of a year. 2025, y'all, I've just noticed in general for a lot of my clients, and I will say again for myself, 2025, if it was a year that was going to take me out, it would have been 2025. It was a hell of a year. So like people are also now in this season trying to recover from last year while also in the midst of like trying to create this new path for themselves in 2026, but you're still recovering. And then you have, again, all of these. We cannot ever ignore the economic, social, political climate and the impact on us emotionally, psychologically. When I don't know about you guys, but every day I'm opening up an app like YouTube, anything, turning on the TV, and you see foolishness, quite literally foolishness. And even when, and again, this is a tip I would encourage you all to enact for yourselves, is to curate what you give access to for yourself. Please curate your content. Please curate your environment. Please curate the people that you engage with. Please curate all of the things that you are pouring into yourself, because whether it's conscious or unconscious, it is impactful consistently. And it may not even be something that you are conscious of, but it certainly has a hold on you. And whether you are able to articulate or acknowledge it or not, it comes forward in various ways. And again, we're talking about seasonal depression. So I want to be fair so you can have a general idea of some just really helpful tips. So the other thing is, for those of you who are familiar with my content, and you can typically see I have a lot of plants in the background. Right now, I'm not at my home in my office, because that is my office that I typically do content out of. That is intentional. One, it is a hobby. So if you don't have one, get one. And funny enough, I meet so many adults, and again, not just my clients, but so many adults that have got no damn hobbies. Please find a hobby. And let me be clear, because what I found is a lot of people will pick something that then they're competitive at, they're trying to win, they're trying to be perfect at or amazing at, and that fucks up the thing, right? My saying to you is, you are not trying to be perfect at it. You are not trying to win. You are not trying to beat anyone. You're not trying to like make it a monetary gig. Your point in a hobby is to enjoy yourself, explore, have fun, but it is not to create another job. And often when I start talking about hobbies and people will say, oh, yeah, I have a hobby. Oh, yeah, no big deal. I find then that they've made it something now they're getting paid for. They've now made it something they just got to be good at it. No, a hobby is truly something you just find pleasure in, and that's it. Do not make it a job, because once it becomes a job, the role is different. The engagement is different. Your perspective and engagement with it is different. So please try to have a true hobby. And this is the thing, and this is another tip. If you're saying, okay, well, I don't have a hobby, I don't know where to start, this is what I would encourage you to do. Because we all know we all scroll at some point. Scroll on Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, and I want you to start asking questions in the little search bar. Where can I find a cool hobby? Or what are some cool hobbies to try? And I just want you to start looking. And if something seems interesting to you, fuck it, try it. What do you have to lose? You don't have anything to lose. You have nothing to lose. And again, I'll give you guys some ideas and even some things that I've tried and I truly enjoy. Tufting is a hobby of mine. Tufting is when you make rugs. So I randomly tried it, randomly went and took a class with one of my friends. I bought all the materials. I tuft as a hobby. I enjoy it. And one day I'll show some of the rugs that I've made, but I tuft for fun. I do not sell it. I have no interest in selling it. I tuft for fun. All of the plants that you guys see typically in my content, I love plants. I love plants. I garden as a hobby. So I plant both vegetables, herbs, and I also have a lot of house plants, which is typically what you guys see. Other hobbies, listen, they have groups specifically engaged in a hobby. I have a lot of clients who do D&D, so Dungeons and Dragons. That may not be your jam. I'm just throwing out some ideas. I have a lot of clients that do Dungeons and Dragons. I have a lot of clients that do I wanted to call it ladling, but it's like the name is like, oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. But it's essentially where they go out and they have these like tournaments and they enact what is it called? If anybody knows, please drop it down in the comments what it's called. It starts with an L and it is like eluding me right now. But I have a lot of clients who do it. The other is book clubs. Some people like to go on retreats. Some people really enjoy being able to like connect with people in different ways. So they may play sports. And as adults, you can play sports: volleyball, basketball, softball, soccer. Find a sport if you need to get active. Going to the gym. Maybe you have gym buddies in a class that you enjoy doing. But find some things that you truly enjoy as a hobby. That is one. The other is exercise. Now, you may drop off at this point, and that's okay. Do your thing, 21. But I am certainly going to talk. Oh, yeah. Legos. So yes, someone, Georgia, thank you, said that she started with Legos. And this is why, and she said was a game changer for her ADHD and anxiety. This is why. If you notice, I don't know how many of you are engaged or like have interactions with children, but this is the easiest way to explain it. If you've ever met a child who will like line things up by alphabetical order or by color and is in perfect measure, typically that is a telltale sign of ADHD. Building and doing things with your hands typically works really well for people who have struggled with feeling overwhelmed, focus, because the other part of ADHD that I don't think is talked about enough is hyperfocus. So I'll give you guys a personal example. Last night, I said I was going to bed at like 8. I was up working till 12. When I get hyperfocused, it is like it's hard for me to clock out. So I have to intentionally say, put your laptop up, lay down, go to sleep, no phone, no nothing. But it is really good if you are someone who struggles with focus, who struggles with feeling overwhelmed or anxiousness, doing something with your hands like crocheting, Legos, things like that, sewing, stuff like that is really, really helpful. Because then your hands are busy. And the interesting thing is, once your hands are busy, it actually helps you focus more. Sounds counterproductive, but it's not. You know. Hi, oh, and you're a retired veteran. So stay tuned, Georgia, because I actually currently have a grant with the Department of Veteran Services, and it is to provide free access to what I'm going to announce today to veterans, active duty members, and their families for free for a year. Last year, well, the 2 years prior, I had a grant with Department of Veteran Services, and we provided free counseling services. So if you hear my voice, if you know a veteran, active duty member, or a family member, so you don't have to be active duty or a veteran, it can be your daughter, your son, your mom, your dad, even your sibling. We provide support for that. And before, we were doing counseling, we were offering counseling, but because we made a shift this year, we are offering access to my app. So that is my announcement before I go further. That is my announcement. I am so happy to announce that I created a mental health and wellness tech company, a startup, and I have built and released my first app. And this is my official announcement of that. So I've already had beta testers in the app, and I've already had some of our grantees, like people who qualify for the grant, veterans, active duty members, and their families. We've given them access to the app early. Again, they have free access to it, but I would encourage you guys to please go ahead and download it or use it on as a web app, because we are still working on getting it on in the Google and app stores, but you can access it from your phone or your computer, and you access it at www.sifted.one. So I'm going to thank you so much. I'm going to put it in the comments so you guys can access it. And I'm going to run the commercial for it as well, so you guys can just get a little bit more information on what it's about. But I'm so excited. This is the first of several. I have other projects in the work and trusts in the works, but I want to say that this has been such a challenge for me. It has been a project of love. It has been both exhausting and challenging. It has cost a heap of a lot. And because I built this particular app myself, I've had to learn on the fly a lot, but it has been such a gift, and I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. I have to be honest with you guys. I was kind of putting it off because I'm like, okay, Sade, what if it's not perfect? What if people get in the app and it messes up? And the thing is the thing that I had to come to is perfection is not the expectation. That when you're building something and you're doing great things, it doesn't mean it starts off that way. It doesn't mean it has to be completely perfect in order for you to release it. That is the approach that I've had in my business. I learned a lot on the fly now. I will tell you guys, I have lost money. I have had some really hard times and learning on the fly, but I wouldn't take it back or change it for anything in the world. It has been the greatest gift for me, because now I can entrust me with my business, because I know if I don't know, I will find out. And I think the beautiful thing about that is that regardless of what happens, you can trust you, and you can trust you to put something out into the world, take the risk, and it not be perfect, but you can still grow and learn from that, and it still be a great product. Oftentimes I find people will not take the risk in business if they have a great idea, if they have a talent or something, because they're too afraid of failing. They're too afraid of it not being perfect, of somebody giving them some corrective criticism or feedback. And let me tell you, one of the greatest gifts is feedback. One of the greatest gifts is somebody saying, hey, Sade, this is not working, or hey, Sade, that's not working. Can you fix this? That has been one of the greatest gifts to me. I had somebody reach out to me because I have some assessments on my website. Mind you, I built those as well from scratch. They are my proprietary assessments. And somebody reached out to me and said, hey, I paid for the assessment. It didn't work. Not only did I give her a free copy of my workbook, I gave her a code to take it again for free after it took me a while to fix it, because I'm building it and built it myself. I am also still learning. So I wanted to be right. I didn't want to tell her to go back and take it again, and it failed her again. But the beauty in this is it is okay to be imperfect, you guys. Just put your work out there. I don't care if you're an artist and you only have one painting. That one painting is a reflection of your work, and it deserves to be seen. I don't care if you're like, well, I have this idea and it's in infancy, but you don't know who else in the world is waiting for access to that idea. You don't know who that is or how they would benefit from it. So I would certainly encourage you to not overthink being able to just show up and let your talent speak for itself. And be okay with getting criticism. Be okay with getting feedback. Be okay with not being perfect. You will be able to excel in business much further and learn faster the faster you fail. That sounds backwards, but I promise it is. The faster I fail, the faster I learn. So like me, that today was, I've done so much testing on this app. I again dedicated so much time, so much money and energy. It was just time because I said I was going to do it February 1st. I didn't do it February 1st. And then I found myself talking myself out of it. So I want to be very honest with you because I want you all to understand how real this experience is for all of us. It is not just you. You are not crazy. You are not making it up. It is quite literally human nature at times. But that's where confidence comes in, where you can say, you know, I need to check me and just do what I need to do. So I am excited to release this to you guys. It is an organization app. Sifted helps you organize both your personal and business lives. And once you get into the app, you will get more of a perspective on it. For those of you who are watching this now on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, you will be able to see the commercial really quick. And for those of you on on TikTok, we will just
Meet
talk through
Sifted, the AI-powered life operating system designed to bring clarity, focus, and control to everything you do. Tasks, goals, calendar. Sifted brings it all together into one intelligent command center. Plan smarter with powerful task and goal management. Got thoughts, ideas, or mental clutter? Just drop everything into Mind Laundry and let AI instantly organize it into clear, actionable items. Manage every venture from one intelligent business hub with Sifted. Create, organize, and scale your operations with clarity and efficiency. Meet Vera, your built-in AI assistant. From planning and brainstorming to scheduling and decisions, Vera helps you move faster and think clearer. Sifted works across all your devices. Start your plan with flexible and affordable options. Visit sifted.one and start your free 14-day trial today.
My next app will be released on Google and Apple, the app stores. So I'm in the progress of getting that prepared to do that, but I'm really, really excited about getting you guys' feedback. Please DM me, message me, give me feedback. There's some surveys that you can do in the app to provide feedback. Please let me know how you experience it, what your thoughts and feelings are. Again, the website is www.sifted.one, and it is an organization app. And I'm be very transparent. I started this because I was creating an app specifically for myself. In the way that my mind works, I'm a very visual person, and it really helps for me to visualize my task. And I need to have things streamlined and organized. So that was where this started, was me trying to design an app specifically for me. And the more that I started to design it, the more I was kind of talking to my staff. They're like, wow, this is fantastic. Why don't you build it for other people? And again, it wasn't on my radar at first. I was just, again, building it for myself. But then it transitioned into this fantastical idea. And I'm really, really, really excited for you guys to be able to see the finished product. And I mean finished as in the finished one that is released to you. And then as we go, of course, I will be improving, updating, and all the things. But I really, really hope you guys enjoy it. I cannot wait to hear your feedback. And not for nothing, this was a labor of love. And this is also what I mean about buckling down, putting your feet on the ground, and investing in your dream. No, or I can't is not a thing. I did not know how to code. I'm telling y'all right now, I knew nothing. I signed up for a coding course. I started doing a lot of research. I didn't know. So again, I am still learning, but no is not an option for me. If it is an idea that I have, I will pursue it relentlessly. And I really want to encourage you guys to do that. If the idea fizzles out later on, so fuck it, you know. But a lot of times it's just being able to get out that creative pressure that you have to say, oh man, I have this idea. I want to try it. I want to do it. Why not? The only person stopping you is you. So please, hey there, hey. So please invest in your dreams. Please don't tell yourself no before the world has even had a chance to have access to the beauty you're going to bring it. Please be invested in the idea that you have something to offer, and it is people out there that are waiting for it from you. You don't know that. They don't know that, but your people will find you. And my people have found me. Am I still a work in progress? And am I still busting my ass to market? Listen, y'all see me posting every day is hard as shit. Okay. I have a life. I own a business. I have staff. I have 3 kids. I have so many things. So posting every day is hard, but not pursuing my dream and giving it a chance to flourish is not an option. So posting is what I'm going to do. And marketing is what I'm going to do. Supporting other Black businesses is what I'm going to do. Making sure my business is visual is what I'm going to do, and continuing to learn so my people can find me, because I have been grateful, you guys, in my practice that my people find me. The people that will benefit from my service in the way that I offer it, they find me. They have found me. I have been in business for my practice for 8 years. My people find me. And even now I am like on the line. I honestly don't think I can take any more clients because I don't have any availability until the end of March. Because people keep coming and I really don't have much availability. And on top of that, I still pursue contracts, government contracts. I have 2 government contracts right now, along with a grant. So I try to also expand my financial profile in my business. And doing all of this requires a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy. But I want to encourage you. You can do this. You can do it for yourself. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Marianne from France. Thank you so much. I want to tell you clearly, if I can do this, you can do this. This is not my first government contract. It won't be my last. I'm applying. I have 3 proposals I have due in the next week and a half. I'm going to apply to those. And trust me, you guys, hear me when I tell you guys, I've had so many no's. I've had so many no's that I didn't even know were no's. I just had no's where I just didn't hear shit else. Like I just didn't hear nothing else. Now I would have put there, my first grant proposal was almost 100 pages and I didn't get the grant. Talk about devastated. Talk about devastated. I had dedicated so much time to that grant, so much time, but it was a lesson because I called and I asked, why didn't I get it? What was wrong with my application? So I can learn. Give me the criticism, give me the feedback so I can do it right. And that next round, I got the grant and I got a 6-figure grant at that. Do not give up. This is the long game. With content, I've realized I've been on social media way longer than all of this newfound engagement I'm getting. I was getting 200 or less views, if that, for a very long time. It is about consistency, because for a while I didn't even post on Instagram because I gave up on that shit. I'm like, this is a waste of my time. And the moment I said, okay, Sade, just get focused. We're going to re-engage. The shit took off from a video that was a year old, which is, can I explain it to you guys? No, because I don't have an answer. I don't understand the algorithm. I don't understand any of it. I'm just focused on delivering my content in the way that my people enjoy it and the way that I enjoy delivering it, and praying that my people find me, being consistent, being persistent, being able to consistently deliver the message. So I hope that you guys hear that it is possible. Look into government contracting. There's so much money out here for us. It's so much money out here for us. Like, so much money out here for us. I can also tell you networking is necessary. This is pivoting from like depression. All right. But I just want to give y'all some business tips real quick. Don't overthink or let me back up. Be thoughtful. In every room you're in, it is a possibility for a connection or to make some money. Do not undershoot that ever. I was at um, a dinner for a colleague of mine. I didn't know anybody else in the room. But if you know me, you know I'm going to sell my stuff. I'm going to sell me I am the product. I sell my product. I got a contract. I can't even say how much I made, but I got a contract making the most an hour I've ever made. And they kept me, and I got multiple contracts from that one person by us simply sitting at the table and me telling him, hey, I'm a therapist, I have a business, but running it down because Miss Mamas is going to run it down. I got contracts from that specific conversation. So please don't ever think that you're never in a room. You're always in a room with somebody that is a potential customer. Always. Always, always, always. So I hope, hi from Canada. So I hope if you didn't get anything else for today, just to wrap up, one, believe in you, find a therapist. If you're experiencing increased sadness during this time, something is not wrong with you. Find you a therapist. Again, seasonal depression is absolutely a thing. Get you a hobby, something that does not require you to make money. You're not in competition. Okay. Find something fun to do and be intentional about being in connection with others. Do not isolate. That is a dangerous, slippery slope. So please make sure you are in connection. If you need additional assistance, again, I provide coaching. I'm very limited in my availability. I'm 99% sure I can't take any more clients at this particular time, but I should have some availability possibly in the future. But I am available for coaching. I have a live workshop that is $47. It is available you're available to get the seat in the link in my bio. It will be live. I have limited seating because I want it to be very personal. And we're going to talk through tools specifically for you. So I hope to see you there. And again, I just released Sifted. That was my announcement. Sifted is my new app that I built myself. You can find it at www.sifted.one. I hope you enjoy it. Please give me your feedback, and I hope you all take care of yourself today. Thank you so much for checking in with me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.